I guess I am recording. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello. It didn't do the thing to tell me that it was recording.
Oh, lovely.
Maybe I have some setting changed or something. Anyway, hello and welcome to the Friday, September 13th edition of the Contributor Comms team meeting. As usual, a reminder that we operate under a code of conduct, which essentially says to be respectful of your fellow speakers and attendees and generally be excellent to each other. We like to offer an opportunity here at the beginning of the call for anyone on the call to introduce themselves if they would like to, totally optional. I will kick things off. I'm Caslin Fields, and I am a co-lead of this sub-project and also a co-chair of the Special Interest Group for Contributor Experience, which this sub-project is part of. And the goal of this group is to make sure that folks within the contributor community know about stuff that's going on, and also that folks external to the contributor community know about the awesome work that contributors are doing, which we do through a variety of methods, including social media, blog posts, and other things, which we will kind of go over today as we go over our active work. Would anyone else like to introduce themselves? Oh, and my pronouns are she, her. I haven't put that in here yet.
There you
I'll
go.
fix that. Would anyone else like to go?
Certainly. I am Chris Short. I am the co-lead of this wonderful sub-project, and I am very happy to be here with many new org members this week.
Love it.
Hi everyone, I am Mario and I am the tech lead for the sub-project for contributor communications. I'm also part of ContribEx and SIG Infra. Pronouns are he, him.
Would anyone else like to introduce themselves? Totally optional.
I could go next. Hi everyone, my name is Arvind. Sorry, my mind is totally blank. Yeah, I've been involved with SIG ContribEx for some time now, writing spotlight blogs, reviewing comms, sending out comms as well. And yeah, very happy to be here. Yeah.
Happy to have you. Anyone else? All right then. Another reminder, this is a very casual call, so if at any point you want to pop on and say hello or ask a question or anything, feel free. Excellent. That is something that we should add to new items. That was just put in the chat. Yeah. All right, we'll come back to that. One last housekeeping item before we actually move into our agenda. Would anyone like to volunteer to be note taker today? The role of the note taker is to follow along with the discussion and write notes about it in our notes document so that anyone who missed the call can follow up on the notes. Would anyone like to do that today?
I can help you.
I would appreciate it. Always worth trying. So it's always bolded when I start typing there. All right. And with that, we are ready to move into our regular agenda. So starting things off with messages of the week, things to be highlighted in LWKD. First off here is NCO, which is the new contributor orientation, which I should probably spell out. New contributor orientation. So this is a new initiative that we've been working on spinning up for a few weeks now, which will be a monthly call where we hopefully orient folks who are looking to contribute to the community. We explain a bit about how the community is structured and how they might be able to fit into it. So we've got our slide deck ready to go. Mario's working on a PR for a GitHub repo, which will be really helpful in some messaging around this. Also, Josh Burkus created a placeholder page for us on kates.dev.
Nice.
Which we can add the GitHub link to whenever we have it. Thank you for taking these notes. Much appreciated. Yeah, so we're excited to kick that off. Any questions, comments, or anything about the new contributor orientation meeting, which will be held on Tuesday next week at 2 different times for America time zone and EMEA APAC time zone?
Awesome. Forgive me for asking, but did we get a dry rundown?
No.
Okay, that's what I figured.
I started trying to record it yesterday, thinking I would send you all just a recording, so at least I had done a dry run and folks could watch it, but I have not gotten that done.
Fine.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just remind folks it's your first time doing it. So
Yeah.
as we hit bumps, we will fix them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It'll
try
be
to
an
show
adventure.
up, but we'll see.
Yeah. Anyone who knows that you're going to show up in either the Americas edition or the EMEA APAC edition, please let myself, who's the lead for Americas, or Mario, who's the lead for EMEA APAC, know if you want to be on there as a co-host. So there's going to be one main host who goes through the presentation, but then at the end, the idea is for there to be a good chunk of Q&A. And so anyone who has been with the project for a little bit could be helpful as someone for them to ask questions to. And so we want to call out folks who are on the call who might want to help answer questions so that the folks on the call get a sense for like who the people answering the questions are. So there's a slide in the slide deck for that, and we would love to feature your picture and a little tidbit about what you do in the community, so that the attendees on the call know who's there for answering questions. So let us
So
know
I
if
just
you're
clicked
gonna.
the.
I can
Sorry.
volunteer.
Nice. Which one are you gonna join, or both?
Let me see the timings. I love to join both, to be very honest, but let me check out the timings first.
Yeah. It's 30 minutes later than this meeting on Tuesday for the Americas one. And the APAC one is like
In the afternoon, I
8
guess, for
hours
India.
prior. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
the
7
So
hours. 7, yeah.
7 hours prior.
yeah, so I guess I can be on both the meetings. No issues with that.
Cool. We can get that added to the deck. The links to the calendar in the notes are broken.
Yeah, getting too many redirect errors. Thought that was interesting.
Oh, it doesn't happen with me.
Oh, wow. Cool. Good for you.
Yeah.
Works on my machine.
Arvind and I had some adventures with that
Oh, fun.
on Tuesday. We
Yeah,
were trying to get
fun.
yeah. We were trying to get some social media comms out about it a week beforehand, and Arvind very bravely and generously stepped up to write some comms. Thank you, Arvind. And so I was working on them, trying to get them ready to go. And I was like, they really need to have links to the calendar invites at least, even though we don't have the GitHub page with all of the information and everything on it. So I was trying to add that, and Buffer was not shortening the links. And so it was way too long to fit in a tweet. And then I did get it to shorten the links eventually, but it only shortened parts of them because it's a weird like combination Frankenstein link. But then for some reason it worked for Arvind.
Huh. Wow. That's cool.
I have a suggestion for that. Like
Uh-huh.
you can like copy paste the full link on your personal LinkedIn, and LinkedIn shorten the links every time you post some
So does
link on
Twitter.
LinkedIn.
If you do it directly, you can do those. But yeah. We also considered using Bitly, and I expressed my past concerns with Bitly, which also would have been fine, but Bitly has burned me before. Anyway, so the link does have issues. You're not alone
Okay.
on that one.
As long as it's not just me, I'll be okay.
Yeah, I think it's a Google Calendar thing. It's very difficult to find the links, and then when you do, they're this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Not great. But anyway,
what calendar is it on?
it's on the SIG ContribEx calendar.
Okay. I'll go find it. Don't worry.
Yeah, it would also appear on cades.dev/calendar.
Didn't notice it, but let me double check.
It's on Tuesday of next week, so you'll have to move around a bit to get to it, but it should be there.
That's weird. It gives you a list for this week, not
Yes,
next
it
week.
gives you a list for the current calendar week. It does not move with the day either. So
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Cool. All right. I got it. Thank you.
excellent.
I will be there for the Americas one, I think. Hopefully.
Would be nice to have you. Need to update that slide deck later. One other related thing that I have in messages of the week here is the new contributor course. So we've been saying that we'll do some social media about cates.dev/course alongside new contributor orientation. I can't remember if we sent out like one message about it, but we should do more.
Yeah, why not? No, it never hurts.
Yeah. So especially once we have the GitHub repo going and the cates.dev page, we
Yeah.
should definitely send some more comms about it. We should also really send something to KDev, an email, because we have not done that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep. Cool. So any other questions about those comms?
Yeah, like I would like to know, like we already have a course or we are going to make one?
A co-host? What do you mean?
No, I am asking like the course you are talking about.
Oh, the course.
Course.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
at
Yeah,
cates.dev/course.
so like is it like we are going to make one or like is it something that already exists?
Try putting the URL into your
It
Yeah.
exists. Yes.
your browser. It exists.
So
It's
yeah.
something that's existed for a long time. We've talked about it a whole bunch of times on these calls because the issue with it was that we kept waiting for GitHub integration. We wanted to have GitHub workspaces as part of this course so
Oh,
that the
yeah.
hands-on pieces were really easy to do, which someone was working on for like 2 years and it never happened. So we have given up on that at this point and we don't want to just post about the course. But the course has existed for like over a year.
Yeah.
That's the story.
It's,
Yeah, I can write some comms for it if you want.
thank you.
Would appreciate it. Thank you, Arpit, for volunteering to do that. I want to sync with you and Arvind and Sandeep more about projects and comms, but I haven't gotten to do that yet. Chris, you were going to say something?
No, never mind.
No.
Whoa.
Cool.
Yeah. Let me know if you need help with the email part.
I would love help with the email part.
Okay.
I've been really swamped and I'm like, I need to get the page on the mentoring site done. And as part of that, we need to have the slide deck and we want to create a new like role handbook for the lead of this meeting. And I hadn't even thought about the website. And Josh mentioned that. And like still tidying up the slides a little bit and like the dry run of it and the comms about it. I just keep being like, I don't have time for this. So help is much appreciated.
So just to make sure I'm not confusing the two things, you want to email about the course or the orientation?
¿Por qué no las
Both?
dos?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I think it would be great to include in the email. The last slide has a bunch of links of resources. Just like a resources section in the email would also be great. So.
Cool.
You can copy that from the slide deck if you have the link handy. If not, I can grab it for you. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
I'm very excited
nice.
about this. So hope it goes well. Also, if you notice anything that you're like, this should be on the list of resources, or this doesn't really make sense, feel free to edit it away. So Chris to help with an email about it, and also Arvin to help with comms about this one.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, and let us know. I'm tempted to say ping me that you're working on these things, because as you know, all memory of this call goes away after it. So it's like the speaker amnesia thing. I don't know if we've ever talked about that before, but there's a thing where when you're speaking
No.
at like a conference or something, you have no memory of the time that you were speaking. It's a very common occurrence. Kind of like that. A similar thing happens here.
That explains some things
Oh,
now.
wait, Arpit. Yes, Arpit was going to do that. Sorry, I put Arvin, didn't I?
No worries, I can
But
help
both of
as
you are
well.
welcome to help.
Yeah.
Thank you. Had you not heard of that before, Chris?
No, I hadn't. And my last talk, that would explain like.
That's what happened, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I have to look into this now.
I've talked to lots of people for whom this happens. If you're interested in being a public speaker, FYI.
Right.
All right. And so let's move on to new items. Unless anyone else, can anyone else think of any messages of the week that we want to make sure get into LWKD for next week?
Should we include the changes happening to CK and CKS?
Oh, yeah. If they haven't done that yet, or even if they have CKA and CKS changes. Good call. Arpit suggestion. And you've already written a blog post on that, so you could be helpful with informing that work if needed.
Yeah, I don't know if
Also,
they'll.
Go ahead.
Whatever. It is what it is. Like, they might not include it because it's like a certification CNCF thing, but we'll let them decide.
Yeah. It's something for us to call out as something they might want to highlight. I think that's helpful.
Bingo. Yep.
Another thing for messages of the week is any contributor summit stuff. The CFP closes. So we want to mention the unconference session probably in LWKD this week. Unconference issue for KCSNA. CFP closes Sunday. Any other messages of the week? Probably election reminder. Voting closing September 22nd, September 27th. Anybody wants to look that up? Would appreciate it. Any other messages that folks can think of that we might want to remind the LWKD folks about? I think that's probably good. If we remember any others, let's try to get them in the notes. Yeah, please update that in the notes if you find the actual date of the voting closing for the election, because I still need to do that.
Gosh.
The next thing. Go ahead.
I can't
Finding
find it. Yeah. That's weird.
It's somewhere in the election. There's like several election pages, and it'd be hard to find. It's probably an email.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm searching. And there's a lot of things that have the word election in it.
Good point. We are in the US. Anyway,
Yes.
we'll find that eventually. Let's move on to the one item in new items, which is that Sandeep got org membership. Yay!
Yay!
That didn't go very well in the captions, but Sandeep got org membership.
Okay, Tuesday, September 26th. Let me throw that in the notes.
Thank you. congratulations, and thank you, Sandeep, for being part of our group. Also, congratulations to Arvind, who got org membership recently. We have at least 1 or 2 other people who are also going for org membership right now who aren't on the call. But congratulations, and thank you everyone who is going for org membership. We really appreciate you wanting to be a part of the community such that you would get org membership. Awesome. And then for updates and big wins, I think we can skip that for now and just go into the board. Cool, because we usually find a lot of those there. We are already halfway through our meeting. So let's start out with ready for review, which is quite the column today.
Oh boy.
The first one, guidelines for usage of Kubernetes IO Twitter. Mario.
Yeah, the PR is open, and I have some feedback yet, but I haven't filled it in because I was traveling the whole week.
Understandable.
Arvind did some reviews.
Thank you, Arvind. Rocking it. Arpit and Sandeep, I would also really recommend that you two review this as you are social media leads. I'll put that link in the chat as well. If you have a chance, please do look through this, and if it looks good to you, give it an LGTM. If you have any comments, please do go ahead and add them. Same for anyone else. If you would like to review this, everyone in this group is welcome and beyond, really. If you have any opinions about making sure that we use our largest social media platform effectively and responsibly, then your opinions are welcome. Thank you very much, Mario, for pushing that through. It's something that we've been working on slowly for a long time, so it needed the guidance and ownership. Moving on, SIG Architecture Enhancement Spotlight article by Federico is ready for review. Our last update in July was the answers were done, and he wanted some help with getting the markdown done, so it seems like he's gotten that done. And this was opened last week. Commented yesterday that he created the website PR. So it's pretty close to being published, it looks like. But if there are any last reviews, do go ahead and get that in, I think. Cool. Excited to see that come out. And then the SIG scheduling spotlight. I think this one we've been checking in on for a while. It had some trouble. It had that invalid commit message issue. And then they're working on the mirror updated publication date for next week. That works. And Arvind, this is your first one, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Excited to see it come out. Moving on to the next one. We've got several here just tracking various parts of the SIG scheduling spotlight. This is another piece of SIG architecture enhancements. I'll put that together. The spotlight list. Oops, I guess I never approved this. Yeah, so Federico created this PR to update the list of SIG spotlights that we've done. Arvind made some comments. It looks like Federico has addressed all of those at this point. Thank you very much, Arvind, for reviewing this. Really appreciate that. So adding node, architecture, release, cloud provider, API machinery, and the book club one. That was a fun one.
Indeed.
So I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, that one's already gotten approved. I'm going to toss an LGTM on that.
Cool.
And that should go momentarily. And then the last thing in the ready for review column currently is notify the comms team when a new issue is created. Mario, you've been doing some excellent work on that.
That's yeah, when you go inside of there and scroll down, that's the last thing to do. The to do update contributor experience teams. Because this is in a really, really old state.
Ooh, yeah.
Because this is the one that is basically responsible for who gets notified when a new issue is being created. Sorry.
Cat. Oh, so sweet. Anyway, yes, we should do that. Let's see if we can get through the rest of the board quickly and maybe take a few minutes to just work on that.
The funny thing is that we basically already have this list, and the list that we just might need to move is the one from the bot, because we have a list for the bot where we updated in for KubeCon Paris, and I think there a lot of folks are in there. I created a PR for this and it was merged. Let me go in my history. But we can continue.
Okay.
Just me rambling.
Your rambles are important.
That is true. It's how we remember things in this group, at least. That also reminds me, I want to throw a shout out and thank you to Arvind for manually doing a Slack blast. We were asked to do a Slack blast for the contributor summit, and as usual, I was like, I don't remember how this thing works. And so Arvind found the page for it in the Slack documentation, because it's like kind of co-owned by us in Slack.
It's in Kate's
moderation.
SIG Infra, yeah.
And it was hard to figure out how exactly it works. Arvind might not be on the list for the bot. You have to be on the list for the bot in order to use it. And then we had an issue where the bot wasn't in all of the channels that it needed to be in order to post in them. So I think the last time we tried to use it, we ended up just doing a manual blast. And so that's just what we ended up doing here, because we were not exactly sure what was going on there.
Supposedly, I know how that Slack bot works, and I'm supposed to be documenting that. So
thanks for doing that, Chris.
Yeah. You're welcome so much.
In progress item, right?
Yeah, we might as well track it because
I'll put it as a to-do item at least.
Yeah.
Slack bot
That is.
How, what, why, who is just what I'm going to put in that comment. Yep. All right. What is this one? The last time that you updated that group.
Yeah, this this is basically the Slack config user group for ContribEx comms, and if we update the one, then we also should update the other. And there I added a couple of people to this. So
okay, noted.
This should also represent the bot.
Yeah, it also currently has Natalie, who is there because of Contributor Summit comms leadership.
Yeah, and we rolled into it that we should remove the lead when the next lead is coming.
How did we do on that?
Right. We are still pre-summit. So if we do it now, it is still before the summit is happening.
Create better processes for other comms leads. I was actually just talking with Kat about this the other day about the release comms lead. Because I was saying that our initial plan with that was we'll just work with the comms lead. I'm sure that they'll want to work with us and we'll want to work with them, and that'll just happen. And it never just happens. So what we need to do is proactively give these people like a guide. I think this is what we should do. We should create a other comms lead comms guide to give to leads such as release and KCS. And at the same time, we give them the guide, give them access to the tools, buffer, and whatever other stuff. All right, what do you think about that idea?
That sounds good.
Cool. I'm gonna put that in progress because the release cycle just started. We need to get that done for the release.
Yeah.
And we'll need it we might need it for the maintainer summit for KubeCon India. That is on the page, but they haven't given us much information about how that's going to work yet. So we're still waiting on a little bit of information, but I'm sure that we'll need comms for that. It would be useful to appoint someone the comms lead, whether there's an official team on our side or not. But we'll see how all of that works. But someone's going to need access for India as well, I think.
I have a question. Like, are we planning to do a tweet project for KubeCon any?
Yes. That is also something that needs to be on here. Arpit would appreciate your help in getting that set up. If you just if you can find the spreadsheet from last
Yeah.
time and just make a copy of it.
Yeah, I can do that. Probably I can send it like in an hour or so if I can find it on my Gdrive.
I think
Yeah.
I think you don't need to make a copy because basically the spreadsheet should just add another tab because the past
yeah, that's right.
it's one spreadsheet with all of the past QCons and tabs.
That is how that's organized. So this is Arpit. You've brought it up twice now, and I really appreciate that. Thank you, Arpit, for like having that in mind and being willing to help with that work.
Yeah, something new now this time, because I think this is the first time that we have the Kubernetes IO Twitter account.
Did we not have it for EU? I guess we didn't.
I think not.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Sure.
You're right. Yeah.
Because I definitely did not think about that. I would remember thinking about that.
Yeah, now it's the first time that we have the general Twitter account, and so we now need to think of what and how often do we want to communicate on this one? Because we had LinkedIn for the first time in Paris, and we made LinkedIn posts.
KubeCon socials are an all hands on deck type of situation, at least for the social shadows. And we also ask for help from anyone who would be willing to help out with it. It's often a great opportunity for new contributors who are looking for something to do because all they have to do is write a short little tweet about some predefined topic and put it in a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet has information about it. Let me just grab the spreadsheet. It'll take me not very long at all. KubeCon posts. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna have to rename this document again. Let me grab that link, put it in the right window, and let me toss that into the notes here. So anyone who's interested in checking this out, we're gonna need this due by October, let's say Tuesday. How far before KubeCon do we want to be? At least a couple of weeks. Let's say 3 weeks. So if KubeCon is here, we want to put it on October 29th or October 22nd. One of those two. Let's say 22nd for now. So there's instructions about how all of this works right here that I don't think anyone ever reads, but you could. There's also all these past examples of doing this project. So especially for the, why are there extra sheets here? These don't need to be here. Well, maybe someone's working on it. We don't need both, at least. I'm just going to delete them. You can make a new one. So especially for social media shadows, I would be thrilled if you took a look at this and considered this one example for you to take as a way that you could build social media projects. The KCS comms are also a good example for a way that you can organize comms about something. So it's useful for you all to know about these examples, and we'll need your help setting this up for KubeCon North America. Any other questions about that? We'll also, at some point, once the sheet is set up, we'll need comms. Uh-huh.
Kathleen, so I was just checking the link that Chris sent. So it seems that in order to run the bot, we actually need to be a part of the contributor comms Slack channel.
Yep. And I can add folks to that as needed.
Not the Slack channel, the Slack group. And
The group,
that's
the user
basically
group. Yeah.
And that's basically the file that I post, or the pull request that I posted. So if you're not part of this, you need to get your Slack ID.
Yes.
The UID. And you can get the UID by...
You mean to say we need to share our UID with you?
That's one way it could work.
Yeah. You could put it in yourself as a PR if you want, or one of us can.
Yeah. And the UID you get when you click on someone's name inside of Slack, and the window comes up, and then there's these 3 dots, and then you can say copy member ID.
Okay. Okay. So this should be the user ID of the Kubernetes Slack or the CNCF Slack.
Kubernetes Slack. We don't have anything to do with the CNCF Slack.
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and that, did I post that again? Yeah, this last link that I posted is the one that Mario mentioned. That's an example of where he updated that file before. So this is the list that needs to be updated with your user ID if you want to have access to the Slack bot.
But remember, you have to put in the affiliation between your GitHub handle and your user ID, which is why you need that ID number, that unique ID.
Oh, right, for Slack.
Right. So yeah, two files basically. There's users and then user groups.
And the good thing is that we use user groups with the Slack with the GitHub handle, and users is the mapping for Slack ID plus GitHub handle.
That's right here. You can see these mappings of the GitHub users with the hashes.
So yeah, it's okay. I'll add you in.
Oh, I just sent my member ID in the chat.
Cool.
Yeah, I can do that.
Maybe at some point we'll actually do that. That's I will take a note of that elsewhere, and maybe we'll get to that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being proactive about that, Sandeep. That will help us get things going. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm very excited to actually get the bot training. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's very handy when we know how to use it.
Yeah. It's
Yes,
very
good.
rare that we need it.
Yeah, this is why it keeps like falling out of our brains, basically.
Yeah, because the purpose of the Slack bot is to be able to post to a whole bunch of channels in Slack at the same time. So if we abuse that power, then people will stop listening to us. And so we have to be very careful about when we use it.
It would have been very handy 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now I get a lot of notifications, so it's a good thing.
That does have its benefits.
Arvind created a record of joining the maximum number of SIG channels in the shortest time.
Well done.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. That I also added a note over here. We need to add some kind of process about that for the KCS shadows as well, not just the KCS lead. We'll probably need to add the KCS shadows to that for them to be able to use the Slack bot. Either that or we only expect the lead to use the Slack bot, but we should figure that out. Sandeep.
Yes, Kathleen. I think we might want to remind the folks that the voting for the design is closing soon. So we want folks to vote for the design and the award logos.
No. The design voting is just happening inside of Summit.
Staff.
If you're not Summit, and if you're not in the Summit staff channel, it's not something that the community is voting on. This has never been the case. This was always only in the past. It was only the leads of the Summit, and then it basically I said that screw it, everyone in Summit stuff can vote on it. But it's
so
not
the
for
only
the broader
comms
community. Yeah.
the only
Sorry.
comms we would do would be in the Summit staff channel. We wouldn't need the Slack bot.
No, I'm not talking about the Slack bot. I'm just saying we need to post a reminder in the Summit staff channel. That's it.
You're right. We've been talking about that, so that makes sense.
Okay, then maybe I think I missed something in the transcript. Sorry.
No. I think you've got it. The transcript is very slow.
It's usually faster,
Oh,
I feel
actually
like.
it's working. But if I'm typing something in the chat or I was looking up my member ID, that time I missed to read the transcript. So I'm catching up on that.
But I think you've got it. I don't think you missed anything.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Cool.
This unique ID.
All right. We've only got 8 minutes left. Let's see if we can get to a few more things in the in progress column. So KubeCon and A socials, updating those things I think is already in here somewhere. I've also made a note about it. Updating SIG Spotlight availability. Frederico's still working on an additional list for that. He didn't mention anything about that, did he? Oh, he did. PR opened. Initial list of open spotlights to the board. Yes, he did do that. So that one's pretty much done at this point. As soon as that's gone through. So I think we can call that done now. Where is that? Right here. So I'm going to move that to done along with the merged PR. Excellent. So this is the list of open spotlights if anyone is looking for a spotlight to do. Though I will note that someone tried to do SIG-Kate's info recently and they were busy. So maybe not that one right now, but we should check back in on it soon.
Yeah.
Moving on. Create better processes for other comms leads. We were just talking about that. Hopefully we'll make some progress on it. We'll see. New contributor orientation taking up my brain. Buffer access audit, along with the other access audits. Various access audits. I'm just gonna make that a thing and put it in here. Moving on, AI rules. Mario, any updates you want to mention on that?
I don't get feedback. People don't react. The only person that reacted was Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Sounds like it might be done.
I mean, to be
It's
honest,
not like we can't change it after the fact, right?
yeah. I mean, the topic is that people wanted to change something there, and we changed something there, but then I never got feedback. So, to be honest, I would now write again that I will open a PR.
That might get people to move.
Because then they can still change stuff.
Yeah.
In the PR, right? Or just start a discussion. I don't know. Probably start a discussion.
Related but separate things, sensitive communications process.
Yeah, Keslin and I had a chat on Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday. You're
Wednesday.
right.
I had a look into this. I found some stuff. Apparently, we are the first ones that tried to create a rule set in an open source project, which is nice.
Okay.
Or bad, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah,
I got
depends.
some points written down, but because I was out yesterday and my day today was full of meetings, I have not yet created a doc with or added the stuff that I found to our doc. But this will happen next week, so I will add whatever I found in there so that we can basically can start there. Because I think also that now that we mentioned the Slack bot, we also should put in some Slack bot regulations for sensitive comms into this.
Ooh, interesting. I didn't think of that. Yeah.
That is an important thing to consider. Yes, I am in favor. Also, thank you, Chris, for going ahead and opening that PR, and I've already LGTM'd and approved it.
Boom, done. Sandeep, you're good in a minute.
For all those Slackbot posts you need to post.
Once a year.
Yeah. You are now the person, Sandeep.
That's not true. But yeah, it's a slash command in Slack. So yeah, it'd be like /announce, and you select post message, and off you go.
We need to put that in our GitHub repo if it's not in our GitHub repo.
So it's in the communication repo or folder. Let me double check the README in that directory.
Ours or the other one?
Ours.
I thought it was in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm. No, it's in communication Slack config. And then the README for that, though. Yeah, it's detailed. But not necessarily.
We do only have 3 minutes left. So, see you, Mario.
Maybe I can give a quick update.
Yes, please.
So for my DAC and hard of hearing working group spotlight article, I'm almost done with the markdown. What is pending is that I want to add 1 or 2 images. That's it. Yeah, and Arpit, thank you for all your help today and walking me through the process. Yeah, so I think I'll share the HackMD link to be reviewed by everyone. Yeah. But
cool.
I don't know the thing. Yeah, tell me, Chris.
Like, share the HackMD once you have the images and everything how you want it. That's when you open the pull request and put everything in GitHub. So we can review in HackMD, get all those changes made and done.
Yeah, But the thing is that I don't know how to give you permissions to edit the HackMD. Maybe I should give edit permissions to everyone.
I don't know if you necessarily want us editing it, but at least commenting, right?
Okay. So you mean to say that I send the HackMD link in the PR and then you will comment in the PR and I take from the PR then?
No. You could share the HackMD in the comms channel. We usually do a
Yeah.
round of review in the HackMD, and then you create the PR.
Okay, so how will you review it? How will you suggest something to my HackMD changes?
I
You will
haven't done
comment
that
in
in
the
a
Slack?
while. No, I'd do
Same.
it directly in the HackMD.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay,
there's this
okay.
option
Okay.
to turn on commenting in HackMD. So I think you can just turn that on and everyone can comment in it.
Okay, excellent. Okay, thanks so much. Clear. Yeah, that was the only doubt I had. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks so
So
much.
HackMD. Thank you. HackMD draft nearly done. Just finishing pictures. We'll share for review, then create PR. And we are traditionally pretty bad about actually getting the reviews in on the HackMD. You might have to remind folks.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. No worries. I'll take
No
care.
worries. Just ping us
Thank you.
consistently.
We will do it if we remember long enough. That's always my problem.
I need to just start doing all these reviews on like Saturday morning during like Max and I's chill time or something, because that could be okay. Anyway, never
Same.
mind. Yeah.
But thank you so much, Sandeep, for working on that. You wanted it to go out not next week, the week after?
Yeah. So actually, September 23rd is the International Day of Sign Languages. Okay, so I
Oh.
just want that maybe the blog should go around that time, or we will see.
Yeah. So we should, once we get that HackMD, we need to be on it with reviewing it so that we can get it in pretty quick.
Yeah,
Let's try our
yeah.
best to get it done fast.
Yes, yeah. Sure. Thank you.
Awesome. And we are, thank you. We are a minute over. Most of the SIG Spotlight updates are in the Slack channel as well. I can hang out here for another couple of minutes at least. So if anyone on the call wants to give any updates about your Spotlight, you're welcome to do so now. Cool. So if anyone is interested in the status of the spotlights, please check it out in Slack. If you have some time and you'd love to do some reviews, you can find that information there. Thank you, Arvind. You've been doing an incredible job at reviewing things. So awesome. Let me check through here real quick to make sure there's nothing else pressing that we need to mention. Just the social media, the shadow stuff, which we talked about a little bit. So I think we're good. Any last questions or comments beyond the last minute before we say goodbye to YouTube?
I'm starting to chat with Arvind and Arpit in our Slack to discuss the comms for NCO and NCC. So we'll get that rolling.
NCC.
Why not? Why not?
NCC. Yeah.
I mean, NCO means something completely different to me too. So yeah, why not NCC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could make it MNCO. MK8's NCO.
Oh,
We could put a
God.
lot of letters in there.
I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining today. And we are going to say goodbye to our friends on YouTube. Bye, YouTube.
Bye-bye.